JM, I answered your message that you left me. I don't know if you got it or not. Okay, cool. I'll check it after. Actually, I found your page on Gruntmon. I guess he's a subscriber to your channel, and that's how I found you. I actually found him from Cyclo or Crazy Catman. Yeah, I know he's up near the cities. Yeah, it's pretty cool finding some guys that are in Minnesota. I just started getting into the moto vlogs and stuff myself, and I'll have my bike with me right now. It's at my girlfriend's son's house. Hey, you're probably maybe, let me see, I want to say probably 2 hours from where I am, maybe, give or take. Takes me about half an hour, 40 minutes to get to Mankato. And then you said you're what, about an hour east from there. So about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I had to leave my bike up at my girlfriend's kid's house the other day. I pulled a muscle in my back real bad, and he was closer to the doctor's office than it was for me to ride home. And the 5 miles to get to his house was killing me. So I said, to hell with it. I left it there. I'm going to go pick it up probably tomorrow. I feel a lot better now. Yeah, I just started riding about 2 years ago. Girlfriend got me into it. She's got a '01 Harley Wide Glide that she rides, and I got my license and bought the Honda Shadow in that picture there. And I'm lucky if I even put 1,000 miles on it so far. But this year, I really want to get out there and ride. And she's had back operations, so she hasn't been able to ride. And I don't know too many people around here, so I don't get out and ride much. But that's why I got into the moto vlog, and maybe I can start meeting some people and go out and do some nice rides and get the hell out of this area, see something different besides my area. I'm originally from Connecticut. I just moved out here, shit, 3 years ago, the end of this month, and she got me into riding. Rode around with her for 500 miles riding bitch on her bike. It finally said enough was enough. I'm gonna have to get my own. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I did it right. I know I sent out invites to people, but I don't know if it went out the right way or not. This is like only my second time of trying to do this. There you go.
Yeah, I finally found it now.
Just,
It didn't. It didn't pop up right away.
okay.
My messages.
Yep. And just make sure you're on the other page where the chat box was, that you mute that screen. Or otherwise, you're
Yeah.
going to get feedback big time.
Well, I've got headphones in and my mic on. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it'd be nice to finally meet some people around the area.
Yeah, I'm not too far from me. I looked it up right after, right as soon as I noticed you were online. I was reading your message and
Yep.
pulled it up. I was like, yeah, it's not too far.
No, it takes me about half hour, 40 minutes to get to Mankato, and you said you're about an hour from there. So
Yeah.
and 60 is a nice little ride up through.
Yeah, it's a nice road. I ride 60 west or east of Canyon too by Wabasha. It's kind of a nice road, nice twisty road.
Yep. Yeah, out here it's all freaking cornfields. That's what I'm getting tired of looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been out that way a number of times. Yeah, there's not much to look at.
No. And I did notice one of your roads you were on had a lot of trees with shadows on it, which was nice.
Yep. There's a lot of roads around me that I like to go on. But yeah, I just got to get my audio sorted out in my helmet better. Right now, I don't like the way it sounds.
You had that one video, it sounded real good.
Yeah, that's in my other helmet, and I don't like that one because this time of year I have really bad allergies, so that's all the shit in my helmet, and I'm just sneezing constantly.
Yeah, I just ordered me a full face helmet. I don't really ride with one, but after watching Cycle Cruiser, the guy is real good with safety tips and shit like that for people. And then watching a lot of videos where guys are having cars pull out in front of them, I'm like, you know what? I better put something on my head.
Yeah, for the last 9 years, I rode with a half helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I've just seen too many. I've had too many close calls, and it's like if I ever go down, I just want a full face helmet.
Yeah, I got the half helmet too, and I'm gonna get rid of that. That's why I just ordered a full face helmet now.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
No, and really, I only for my good a full face helmet, I paid $400 for it, but I figured it's well worth the investment.
Yeah, I think mine was just about $80 for it.
Yeah. But this is a snowmobile helmet too, so it's got a bit more padding for the winter and
there you go.
Stuff, so
yeah, I'll get one of the real expensive ones later on.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Plus, with the wanting to get into the moto vlogs and recording and shit, really can't do any microphones on the half helmets because all you're still gonna get is that wind noise.
Yeah.
Mine
was really not a decent place. I've looked at my half helmet just to throw a camera mount on, just like stock footage of going and riding. Well, shit, the damn thing's too high up.
Yep. Yeah, I had mine on there too, and it was right on the top. It looked too stupid. I'd rather have it on the side. Yeah. But I didn't. When I bought my cameras, I didn't know that they came with a built-in mic. You couldn't hook up an auxiliary one. So I'm like, well, shit, there goes $300 out the door.
Well, if you got a GoPro, there's an adapter you got to buy. It's like $20 through GoPro.
Yeah, but not for the first one. The first GoPro, the regular Hero.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one I bought, that $130 one, and I got screwed on that deal. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, well, that's the new like silver or white versions of like the Hero 3 and Hero 2 and stuff.
Yeah, they got all the external mics and stuff for them.
Yeah.
But being new, I didn't know, so I learned.
Yeah. I've actually found mine at Best Buy during Christmas time. They had a big bundle special where you get by the cam. This was at the Hero 4 Silver. Mm-hmm. And you get a case and a memory card for like the price of the normal Hero 4. So that was a good deal. You get a case and a memory card and everything right with it for $400. But
that's not bad. Yeah, I think I like the Ion Air Pro that I got. It's got very good picture quality.
Yeah,
I don't really care for the cheap GoPro one. I think it sucks. So I might wind up selling that to some kid if they want it or something. You can give me
Yeah,
you can have it.
yeah. I've thought about getting one of those cheaper GoPros just to just to get like low down to the ground shots and stuff. I don't want to risk my expensive one for.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, there you go. There's an idea.
I
Something.
mean, I've got like highway bars that I was gonna mount it upside down on the highway bar and go down the road.
Uh-huh. That's an idea. There's some guys that do it. They even got that backwards footage from behind.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Oh yeah, I've thought about just getting that cheap GoPro or even another Hero 3 or whatever.
Yep.
Cheaper one and just kind of getting for like side footage and back footage and just that kind of things I don't want to risk the good camera for.
Yeah. All those videos that I've done so far when I'm driving my truck, those are on the Ion Air Pro.
Okay.
That was only 130 bucks, I think it was at Walmart. 100.
Yeah, after I looked at my email and seen you had subscribed to me, I subscribed to your back and I started watching your stuff tonight and I was like, geez, I gotta try to find this guy. He sounds like he lives close.
Yeah. And there's not too many of us older guys that are doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody I'm running into is all 2022.
No, there's a few guys. Was it Sergeant Markins? He's up there. You got Oi Dirk, he's up there. And I mean, there's a number of older guys. Just you only find the young guys because that's who seems like who puts out the most amount of content is all the young guys.
Right. Yeah, I was in the RV community, but it's going a way I didn't want it. It was way too much drama involved in that shit. I was like, let me get out of it and go a different direction here.
Us motorcycle guys, we're pretty easy to get along with. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, I started getting caught up in that drama shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm 47 years old. I don't need this crap. Let me get away.
Yeah.
I still watch some of the guys in the RVs because they put out some pretty good content, but a lot of them I got rid of.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching a few live streams last night, and they were getting a little nitpicky and a little bit of BS with everybody, but
right.
But I mean, there's a few. I mean, everybody's normally pretty good, but there's just a few people that kind of stand out that they got to be the ones that start all the shit and stuff.
Yeah. There's one moto vloggers, a bunch of the guys get together on Monday night. EN187. I believe he's the one that holds the live events on Monday night.
I've been watching his stuff since like they first started coming out with all the live streams and stuff. And I actually ended up finding that what the heck's his name now? At Tim Kreitz long before, because of his music, long before I found out he was a moto vlogger.
I'll have to go through your channels and see who's on there and find them and watch some of their videos and subscribe.
Oh yeah, I think last time I checked, there's 400 and some. I have 400 and some people I'm subscribed to.
Holy crap! I'm not even close to that.
Yeah,
I'll find them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just what the heck's his name? Baker X Derek. He's a good one to follow. A lot of people follow him.
I follow him too. Yep. Walter Rippick. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, I just found him. Kind of after like Ian and all the big guys. I gave him a shout out. That's when I kind of heard of him.
Yep. Yeah, there was
not working on my computer.
Trying to figure out who was the other guy I really like watching. I can't think of his name right off the bat. 6'4" Honda.
Yeah, he's pretty good shit. I've been following him for a while.
Yep, he's pretty cool. And Bash something 041 or 41 or something like that.
Yeah. There's I have so many of them that it's honestly hard to sit here and watch every single person's video.
It is. I've gotten some of them I'll really like, and I'll watch all their videos, and then be like, shit, now who am I going to watch? Because I really like this one.
Yeah.
Then you sit there and wait for them to put more content out.
Yeah.
Be right back. I got to go grab a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Now, how long have you had that V-Star?
I've had it since 2010. I bought it used.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the one I was looking at down in Mankato at that Honda dealership there on 169.
Yeah.
But I came across this Shadow, and the guy wanted 2,500. It's a 97, and only had 21,000 miles on it. I'm like, well, shit, I'll give you 22 cash. He's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of a deal on that bike. I got a buddy that's got a 2007 Shadow 1100.
Yep.
We actually both bought our bikes about within like 2 weeks of each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I took those small bags off. They were just too small and ugly looking.
Yeah.
And I got bigger bags for it, but then I couldn't get them to go on because of the damn backrest.
Yeah.
And it has a trailer hitch on it.
Huh?
So I cut the damn piece off that folds underneath the seat, and I bolted them right to the freaking trailer hitch.
Yeah.
I said, now I got some bigger bags.
Yeah, that profile picture is not actually my bike. My bike is silver.
No, I know. Yep, I seen the one that you had on your video. I love it. The only thing I hate about mine, I can't get floorboards for it, and I want to put floorboards on it.
Yeah, that was a big decision with me. I was not going to ride a bike without floorboards. I got size 14 feet, so.
Yep. And I don't really care for it. I would love to get some. I'm thinking about finding a guy that works with metal or something to try and make me some.
Yeah. Oh, I had drove an 81 Honda after I got my license, and that just had pegs on it, and I couldn't stand it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always putting my legs out over the pegs to get comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, and then after that 81 Honda, I picked up an 06 V-Star 1100, which I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a dealership do some work to it, and they drilled out the wrong holes in the carb and didn't tell me about it and just put silicone over it.
Oh, Jesus.
So that dealership went out of business for reasons I found out later. And I had a buddy that worked over at another Yamaha dealership. He put it up on a lift and said, "Hey, you got silicone on the bottom of your carbs."
Oh,
called him up. I says, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, I'll send you a picture." Yeah. So here I buzzed over there quick, and yeah, it burnt out a front cylinder. I was like, that's why it was running low on power.
Yeah. How would they drill the carburetor for?
Well, I was having them put bigger jets and stuff in it, and they drilled out the wrong hole instead of the one they were supposed to. So instead of telling me about it and putting new carbs on it, they just silicone and figured I'd never find out.
Yeah. Nope, there you go. Yeah, I thought I had to have mine jetted up. They jetted it up a little bit because I was backfiring through the exhaust. And I want to say I have a leak on the exhaust because it's changed colors.
Yeah.
On one of the pipes, but they said, no, there's no leak there. But it's still got very little backfire on it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
Still goes.
Yeah, with that 1100, I had a new air intake and a new exhaust on it, loud ass exhaust, and I was actually kind of glad. I was glad to get rid of that exhaust because I was just getting so sick and going down the road listening to the damn thing.
Yeah, mine's kind of loud, but not too loud. I'm not too crazy about it anymore. I want to quiet it down.
Yeah, I mean, everybody goes, "Geez, you're young. You should like a loud bike." No, I like a nice, quiet bike where I can go down the road and actually have a conversation with somebody that's on the back.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, out there to cruise around and enjoy the scenery and stuff. Not have a freaking headache from the damn exhaust.
Yeah.
Don't mind a lot of exhaust sometimes, but not all the time.
No, I mean, sometimes it's nice. I mean, I would just wish I could have a button where I could open the exhaust up when I want and close it up when I want.
Right.
I mean, they make them, but they're expensive as hell. Just for a little button, it's like $500.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about throwing the stock exhaust back on, but it's all scratched to hell, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, mine weren't obnoxiously loud, but it was carbureted, so you'd have to pull the choke, and as soon as you'd fire it up in the morning, you'd pop and bang for about 5 minutes while it warmed up, and it'd be louder than shit.
Same with mine, and I do it in the garage, so it echoes even louder outside. I know
Yeah, and I use my bike on a daily basis if I want to go somewhere. I mean, I've got a car and truck, but I don't use it.
right? Yeah,
I'd
I got
rather
to
take
get
my
more into
bike.
riding mine. I don't do enough of it.
Yeah.
I rode it to work the other day, but like I said, I blew my back out. Then I had to go to the chiropractor, and it was not a fun ride. I left the bike at her kid's house because he was closer than I was. It's like, no,
Yeah.
too damn painful to drive.
Yeah, I know a guy around here had always rode a big full dressed Harley for years, and he was having back problems. And his wife told me either selling the bike or buying a trike, so he ended up buying a Harley trike.
Yeah,
And he says he wish he would have did that 15 years ago.
really.
Yeah, oh, him and his wife go on like 5,000-mile trips in the summer. I mean, it's just they're gone for weeks.
There you go.
I was like, yeah. I said, I've ridden a trike. I've actually got a video of riding one of those Can-Am Spiders, and I don't have any audio, but I wish I would have. But I mean, I just love the hell out of riding that thing. But I just could never get rid of a two-wheeler. It just,
Right. I'm not a big fan of the Spider. I've never ridden one, but I don't know. I don't like the looks of them. I just
yeah.
you're kind of getting away from the whole motorcycle aspect, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, it was kind of like riding a snowmobile. That's what I do in the winter. So it's like, okay, it's like a snowmobile, but instead of the thumb throttle, it's a twist. It's like, okay. But then I drove one of those Polaris slingshots right after.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, they're not worth the money you're going to pay for it.
Really?
If you're going to spend $24,000, you might as well go buy yourself a convertible.
Yep. Yeah, I just seen one of those go by my house today. That was ugly as hell.
Yeah, I drove one, and they say, oh, it's nice. It's got a backup camera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's got a backup camera.
Yeah.
I can put a backup camera in a convertible for less than that.
Exactly. Might as well hook one up to my truck.
Yeah, it's like, I
Yeah,
mean,
there's a guy down the street from me. He's got a trike, and he wound up rebuilding the motor for more power because he pulls a trailer.
yeah,
And he says, oh, it just didn't have enough power to pull the trailer. And it's like, dude, if you gave it some freaking throttle up the damn hill, it might have freaking pulled it a little bit better. Just wasted all that money freaking putting it in the motor. No, it's fine. Like downshift and open the throttle up.
yeah.
And
I got that buddy of mine that's got the Shadow 1100. It takes him a mile and a half to get to 55 because he just takes forever to get up there. And it's like, why just get up to speed?
Right.
Like I go riding with him, and it's like I get so frustrated because I'm 5 miles ahead of him before he even gets up to 55.
That's how it is with this guy. We all went on a run together doing a charity run thing. We all left them behind. It's like, dude, we can't do the speed limit. We're in fourth gear.
Yeah.
Too much freaking fuel.
Yeah. It's like you ain't getting any better fuel mileage going slower.
Mm-mm. It don't hurt it by getting on it a little bit more.
Yeah.
These damn Hondas, their motors are bulletproof.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, I just don't get some people in the motorcycle world either. I mean, they sit there and polish their bikes more than they ride them.
Yeah, no, not me. Mine's still dirty.
Cleaning it up. Yeah, I mean, I wash the bugs off the front forks and in the windshield, in the back of the mirrors before I go out every time. But that's then usually once a month or so, or every couple of weeks, I'll give it a good scrub down with the hose. But
yeah,
I know guys that sit there and polish their bikes all week and then maybe take it out on a Saturday for a half an hour drive.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm not into the guys either where you go out on a ride and they want to hit every bar in every other town. It's like, nah. Alcohol and me and this bike ain't gonna mix. That's not what I'm doing.
Yeah, I just don't even take the chance of drinking when I'm on my bike or snowmobile.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because it's just one time. That's all it is.
Yeah, it just I figure you need all your mind and everything to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Not from all the assholes that don't know what the hell they're doing out there.
Well, that's like my girlfriend's big time into A-bait, and I went and joined when I first moved here. And it was the meetings were, oh, you got anything to add? No, they're asking the vice president. It's like, nah, I got none. Oh, the beer's cold. It's like, dude, you're drinking. Bugs, quiet, Bugs. Damn dog. You're drinking a beer and you got your bike out in the parking lot and you're with A-bait talking about safety.
Yeah.
And that turned me right off.
Yeah.
Quiet. Barking at nothing. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Hey, come on. You're barking at nothing. Yeah, feed it. Big killer. Little Yorkie, all mouth.
Yeah. No, I mean, and what gets me is you get these people that sit there and preach about wearing full gear, and they bitch at people who don't.
Yeah.
What does it matter what somebody wears? I mean, I wear a helmet and I wear a long sleeve shirt, and most of the time I'll wear gloves.
Mm-hmm. I think they're all just, pushing that safety aspect of not trying to, they don't want to see anybody going in with the road rash and ripping half your damn skin off and stuff. That's what I kind of get what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't usually wear gloves, short sleeve and no helmet, but lately it's been on my mind. I better get that helmet on and maybe some gloves and shit too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't usually wear a helmet running around town because, I mean, it's such a small town. It's a mile to each end of the town.
Yeah, that's bigger than my town.
Yeah. So it's like I'm usually never going more than maybe 15, 20 miles an hour down the streets.
Right.
If I got to stop, I'm not going to crash.
Yep. I know the gloves I got, shit, if I fall on the ground with those are going to get ripped up just as quick as my skin. So I got to get some better gloves.
Well, I just wear cheap Fleet Farm Interstate leather or whatever their a motorcycle line of shit is because I can't see spending $200 or whatever on a pair of gloves.
Right. Right.
I mean, I'll spend my $25 every year or so, whatever my gloves wear out.
I think my gloves are those mechanic gloves type where you can feel every nut and bolt that you're working on and still wear the glove.
Yeah.
And those are
very
protective.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even have my gloves here, else I'd turn my camera on and show you, but I mean, they're damn near paper thin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more just to keep the shit off my hands from when I'm riding if I stop and eat something. I don't.
Right.
But
yeah, you never know if you're eating French fries and how oily your damn hands are.
Yeah. Oh, or you just get a bug of the back of the knuckle or a rock. Heck, I had a rock hit me one day and I didn't have my gloves on. Freaking took a chunk out of my freaking knuckles.
Yeah, I had one just catch me in the knee last week and that hurt like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I came off a truck going the other way.
Yeah, it's as soon as I see a semi or something coming at me the other way, I get all the way over to the freaking white line.
That's what I do. And most of the good guys that are driving truck will move over to the right, all the way to the right too. There's a lot of them that don't.
Yeah.
I hate passing them guys because some of them got a big burst of wind. So I'll get down near the freaking fuel tank and hug the bike.
Yeah. No, but before I used to have a super tall windshield. When I bought my bike, it had the tall touring windshield on it. And this year I just finally said, I got to find a short windshield. So I went and found the shortest Yamaha windshield they had that would bolt up to the brackets I already had.
Yeah.
It basically just covers my cell phone and my GPS is all they really cover. But I figured I wear a full face helmet. If I got to take a bug to the face just to be comfortable, I guess I will.
Right. Yeah. The my windshield came with the bike, and I'm not too crazy about it. I'm gonna have to order me another one.
Yeah.
I don't like ends out and stuff.
Yeah, I'll never ride a bike that doesn't have a windshield. I don't care how short a one. Even just any type of windshield works.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
was
smoke when
riding.
I ride, so it's easy to have one.
Yeah. No, I was riding one day and I was going around a curve and there was a dead animal laying in the road and there was a hawk eating it.
Hmm.
Shit, the hawk flew up and I smacked it with the windshield of my bike.
Yep.
I mean, without the windshield, it would have been right. And I mean, it flipped over the top of the windshield and landed in my lap anyways.
Yep.
At least it didn't hit me with full force. So going
Yeah.
55 miles an hour.
There's no telling what it would have done if it hit you in the chest.
Yeah, I mean, it ripped up my t-shirt trying to fight to get out of my lap, but
Hmm.
figured I'll take a t-shirt and a few cuts on my chest over taking it full bore.
Yep. Yep. I hear that. No, I had that one video I watched. A goddamn snake came out from the guy's side and jumped in his lap. Now I would have crashed the bike right there to get off.
Yeah, I would have just said, "Fuck the bike, it's insured. Get the fuck away from me."
No, no snakes. Snakes and spiders,
No.
get the hell off of me.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. That's that's the nice thing about Minnesota. We don't really have any poisonous snakes that are gonna kill you.
That's good.
But mosquitoes can kill you, but I guess that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we got a garden snake that hangs out by my garage, and it's like, will you just leave?
That's when I would take the machete and go hunt for them and just cut them in half.
I usually know it's on the outside of the garage when the dogs are out there barking their asses off at it. And I'm like, yeah, the snake's over there.
Yeah.
Keep telling the girlfriend, grab it and throw it out in the field over there. No, it's fine where it's been. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, I'll stay away from it if it stays away from me. If it comes close to me, I'm chopping it in half.
It comes inside my garage, it's a dead.
Yeah.
I got a nice chopper in there. I'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many snakes up here. That's for sure. Spiders, I think the only thing I find in the house are those damn daddy long legs.
Yeah, I got them all over.
Yep.
I just take the broom, knock them down, wipe them away, and throw them away.
Yep. Yep. I start cleaning the house with bleach, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of guys that you watch that are from Minnesota too, or no?
Just the only one I've really found is that Crazy Cat Man. I haven't really found anybody else from Minnesota.
Grunt Man, I think his name is, or Grunt. I think he's on your page.
I have to go and look.
What the hell's his name? Gruntmon. Gruntman.
Okay, yeah, I have to. I've got my laptop in front of me, and then I got my editing computer that's got most of my YouTube shit sitting easy to get to.
Yeah, he liked your. That's how I found you, was through him, because he liked your quick ride through the countryside video.
Oh yeah, that was actually I just shot that last night with that bike that was out in front of me is my dad
Okay.
on his victory cross country tour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I found you, was through him, but I didn't know where you were from, so I kept watching some of your videos, and then I saw you were going through Welch Village, Minnesota. Yep. I'm like, all right, he's up in Minnesota too.
Yeah, it's kind of my favorite road to go on.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the summer when it's nice and warm, that road is just full of freaking sport bikes.
Yep. Yeah, there was one guy I was watching up in Alaska, but I found he was kind of boring and stuff, so I don't really watch him too much. I can't remember which one he was.
Is he right? Was it a venture bike?
I couldn't even tell you. Not even sure right now.
I know there's one guy out of Alaska. His name was it I Live in Rob.
Nope, that's not him either. I'll have to check him out.
Now he actually messaged me on one of my snowmobile videos.
Cool.
And because this was the first part of January this year, I took my snowmobile down my alley, and he goes, "You have more snow than we have up here in Anchorage, Alaska."
Yeah, no shit. This year we didn't really get any.
Oh, and then I messaged him, but I commented him back. I says, "Well, I says we don't have a whole lot of snow. That was just me zipping down my alley. So nobody really plows their alley where I live. So, or
Right.
their driveways off their alley because everybody usually just parks out front."
Yep.
He's got that other dude from Minnesota. He's got a blue and white Honda sport bike.
What was that, Gruntman?
Yeah,
Um,
I think yeah. Because I'm just flipping through my messages, and yeah, he shared or liked that. My quick ride through the country.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
kind
got
of like the
white Honda on his page. Yeah.
yeah. I'd kind of like to try to get a bunch of us together and go ride sometime.
Yeah, that'd be a cool trip to do. That's
It's
what
kind
I
of
was
all
watching Crazy Catman to see when those guys were gonna plan a big meet and greet. I was gonna plan on riding up there if I had the time to do it.
yeah. I was gonna message him and just to kind of see because I know there's a few guys up there that he rides with that
Right.
that have GoPros, but I haven't catched. He hasn't put their names in his description yet. So.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, even if it's not even a ride, my comfort zone 70. I'll push it to 75, but I ain't going further than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I have a lot of footage that I will never air on YouTube
Hmm.
because it's of me going faster than I probably should. But,
Right. I usually tell everybody, hey, listen, if you're gonna haul ass, give me directions or tell me where you're going. I'll GPS it and find you because I'll catch up later.
yeah. No, I used to have a bumper sticker. I don't know where it went, but it said life starts at 100 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna put it on the back of my bike, but I can't find it now.
Mhm.
I can't remember where I found it, but found it one day and I was like, I gotta have this bumper sticker.
Yeah, my bike's been at 100. It was either from the guy before me or somebody's gonna have to do it because I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
I followed one guy and he was doing 85, 80, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
He made a left-hand turn and didn't signal, and that was all I could to slow that freaking thing down and make that turn with him. I almost just kept on going to turn around.
Yeah. Oh.
I was like, dude, you got to warn me, man.
Yeah. I mostly kind of ride by myself now because a lot of people don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, it don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got a few friends that ride motorcycle, but their jobs won't allow them to have any social media or anything.
Really?
So if I was gonna have them on video, I'd have to blur out their faces, and that's just too much damn fucking work.
Yeah. No kidding. That's weird.
Oh, they both kind of work in some sensitive areas, so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
One is just they don't want customers to go look up who they're dealing with through the company and find out, oh, this person does this, or
Yeah. I hear you. Yep.
it's like, yeah, we just won't record around you, or you just stay behind me.
Right? You lose a lot of footage when you can't freaking record something, too.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of my footage comes from just me just riding around after work and shit.
Yeah.
I've had a mic in my helmet for the last month, but it just some things I want to say just aren't interesting, or I just don't want to air it on YouTube. I just want to vent to myself.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I did one where I recorded myself riding to work at 5 a.m, and I was talking away, but I didn't realize there was just so much wind noise. I wasn't thinking, the camera's up on top of my helmet, and I didn't have a mic, that it wasn't hearing me. So
Yeah.
I wound up deleting that one. I don't keep very much of the footage that I'm like, this ain't good enough. I'll get rid of it. So that's why right
Yeah.
now I do most of my stuff when I'm driving my truck.
Yeah.
But I might do some riding, do the video, and then just do a voiceover when I get home.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah, I haven't really figured out really how to do that. I mean, I could figure it out, but I haven't really figured out how to do that voiceover stuff on my computer, on my editing software yet.
Yep. Yeah, I use Wondershare, and It says it right there where you can do a voiceover. But I got to find some different ones because if I'm going to do 2 cameras, I want to be able to add them both together, video on video. And I don't know if Wondershare does that or not.
Yeah, I just still use the cheap GoPro studio editing software because I figured for now that's fine with me. I mean, I don't really need to do all the special effects yet.
Right. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to check out that GoPro one too. I just realized they had it. I didn't know about it. So all this computer shit's all still, I ain't caught up to any of it yet.
Yeah. I'm no one to take computer advice from. I
said, this is my second time of doing this live chat event, and the first one was a big failure. So it's like, all right, I hope I'm doing this right.
Yeah, I was gonna do one the other here a few months ago, and I kind of figured it out. And I'm like, I sat here for a half an hour with it broadcasted live, and nobody showed up, and I was like, oh, nobody cares. So
that's how it was. Yep.
It's like we'll just shut this down and just keep it private.
Yep, I had one person show up and they sat in the chat room talking. They wouldn't go online. I'm like, oh, this is boring. I'm done after an hour.
Yeah.
And I wound up deleting it.
Yeah, I seen you popped up earlier, and I was like, okay, because it popped up on my phone that you had messaged me and that you were going live, and
yep,
like, okay, so I jumped on my laptop there. I was doing some other computer crap on my other one, and then I looked again, and he had started another one. I was like, okay, we'll come in and chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so at least I figured out how to send the invites then.
Yeah, on Tuesday night, I don't know if you're subscribed to him, but Backroads Moto is doing a hangout on Tuesday night.
Yeah. See, during the week, it's very hard for me because I get up at 3 in the morning for work. So I'm usually 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I'm going to bed. And most guys start them at 8 o'clock, and it's like shit.
Yeah. I got to get up early in the mornings too. So usually those I set at 11 o'clock time on my phone. It's 11. I just go to bed. It's like I gotta go.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out one night too. I want to check out that one they do on Monday nights. I know there's a guy who's got a live chat going on now, but that's for the RV lifestyle, and it's just boring with some of the people. I don't know many of them, so
yeah,
that's why I figured maybe I'll start my own. And tried to went public with it, but it doesn't send out invite public. For anybody to join, but I left it as public, and anybody wanted to come on in.
Yeah, there's usually another group. Oh, they're all West Coast vloggers. They usually do something on Friday nights called the Other Guys Hangout or whatever.
Yeah. But they do game systems, don't they?
No, that's all on YouTube.
No, really. I'll have to find it. I saw something the other night about that. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, the Other Guys, right?
Yeah, because they call themselves the small vloggers, since the big guys, I guess they call them the Monday night vloggers. They're the big guys on Monday.
Okay. So. Yeah, the guys with 50,000 plus subs and over 5 million views.
Yeah. I can't remember who's hosting it, but it's like 4 or 5 guys that take turns hosting the Friday night one.
Yep.
And I got a message the other day saying who was supposed to, or whose turn it was supposed to be. I don't know if they're gonna host it or not, but
yeah, it'd be something to do even with us guys, even the Minnesota crew guys or whatever,
Yeah.
Everybody, take a turn on a Friday night or a Saturday night when everybody's bored to death. Send out the invites. I'm usually home at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not too big on riding, at nighttime yet until I get some more miles under my ass.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I've ridden a few times at night, but it sure ain't my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, too many damn raccoons and deer up here.
Yeah, I wish I would have had the GoPro on at this time, but I was coming back from Owatonna, and it was bright as day out, and this deer comes running out of the ditch.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have taken my hands off the handlebars and reached forward, I could have patted the son of a bitch.
Right.
And I could hear the hoofs on the road in front of me. I don't know how I didn't T-bone this damn thing.
right. Just one step ahead of you. That's what's good.
And so then, I mean, after I made that turn on that other county road, I stopped the bike. I shut off. I sat down in the ditch for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to get my nerves back. I was shaking so bad
I
that
believe it. I believe it. And usually, if there's one, slow it down because there's a couple more usually behind them.
yeah. Well, luckily this was just one big ass buck, but yeah, I was scared shitless.
Mm-hmm.
I figured I'm going down. I'm dead. That was before I even had a camera.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I've come across a few, but they were a good eighth of a mile in front of me when I saw him coming across the field. And I slowed it down and came to a stop, and sure as shit, there was two more behind it. I was like, all right, you guys go, because I'll wait.
Yeah. Yeah, over the last 10 years, I've had my fair share of things jumping out in front of me and damn near scaring the shit out of me.
Yep. Yep. Oh, Christ, when I was driving tractor trailer coming out of Morgan, that freaking cow was loose and ran across the road. I almost took that out with the truck. I was like, holy shit, that would have killed the truck.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily I've never come in anything. I haven't come across anything that big in the middle of the road yet.
I wasn't expecting that either. Usually they got them things fenced in, but this one got out. Like, oh,
yeah. Oh, it definitely kind of gets your attention after something like that happens to you.
Yeah, it does. And this was a good, probably 9:30, 10 o'clock at night coming down the road. It's a good thing high beams out here really don't do any good because there's nothing to reflect the light off of, but it was enough to catch him.
Yeah. No, it's definitely kind of get your heart racing for a while. And a few rides after that, you're still kind of on edge.
Yep. Yep. That's why when I take 13 down to New Ulm, I got a kind of a good idea where mostly the deer are. So those areas, I will slow it down if I'm driving in the mornings or whatever. I know those areas, and there's a lot of trees where you don't see them.
Yeah.
So I'll slow it down. I ain't taking that chance if I can help it.
Yeah, there's a few spots around here. If it's getting close to dark, I try to avoid them, or if I have to go through there, really slow down.
Right, right.
But
you never know.
Yeah, it's been 10 years and I've never hit anything big or went down yet. So
yeah. Oh, that's good.
And I always say the key word is I haven't gone down yet.
Mm-hmm. That's what I say. Yep. Yeah, I went and we installed the light bar on my bike just for more light up in the front instead of just that one light.
Yeah.
So at least people see me, and then I changed to a higher ramp.
Yeah, both of my bikes have had that accessory light bar on the front too.
Yep. Yeah, they came with I would say 20 amp lights. I put 30s in there to make them brighter.
Yeah. In my mind, I think bikes almost should have to come with 3 headlights.
Right. Yeah. Well, they had a couple years ago the ABATE rally up there in Hutchinson. A couple of years ago, the cops were pulling everybody over that had the 3 lights on, saying it's illegal to have 3 headlights. And they're like, these ain't freaking headlights. These are riding lights. So, yeah. But it was just the way the cops were, checking everybody out.
Yeah, seeing if you're driving drunk. Yeah.
Yep. Because everybody was hitting the package stores and had their 30 packs strapped to the back of the bikes and stuff. So.
Yeah, they do that with snowmobiles too. You'll get the sheriff's department or DNR will stop and do compliance checks with the license and stuff. And the first thing they tell you to do is take your helmet off.
Yep. Yeah, they're supposed to be fighting that in Minnesota now, the motorcycle stop checks there.
Yeah.
I know they're fighting and saying it's illegal to do and all that stuff. I look at it like this. If they catch somebody that's drunk on the bike like they do a car, well, hey, good for it. Take them off the road.
Yeah.
I ain't hiding them. Oh,
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
5 minutes of your time to pull into that stop check.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with because I don't drink on the bike. I have no problem talking to a cop and saying I'm not drunk. Here's,
Exactly.
I'll do a breath test.
Yep. I got to stop with the truck at a DOT inspection, so I'll stop with the bike.
Yeah,
Me and my girlfriend argue about a couple things over this stuff.
yeah,
She thinks it's bullshit, and I'm like, hey, I don't see a problem in it.
yeah. Well, I hope Minnesota never goes to a mandatory helmet law.
They just fought it and won. They were trying to push for it, and Minnesota said nope.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's kind of stupid. I mean, if you don't want to wear your helmet just running around town, I mean, granted, if I go out of town, I put my helmet on.
Right. Should be your choice.
Yeah, I mean, here a couple years ago, me and a buddy went down to St. Louis, Missouri. He's got family that lived there. And Missouri's got a helmet law. We actually had to stop 10 feet before the state line so we could stop and put his helmet on.
Yep.
I said, just wear it all the time. It hurts my head. Well, guess what? It's going to hurt your head more if some dumb farmer does pull out. We get about 20 miles down the road and a dumb farmer pulls out.
Yep.
So
that's like I go down to Texas in April, and one of these days I want to be able to take my damn bike and go. But the first year I tried going, the battery, and I didn't know it was a battery, it died on me in Winnebago. And I went in for gas, came out, and the bike was totally dead. And we had just had it worked on, so I didn't know what the hell was going on with it.
yeah,
I pushed it over to our mother's house. I called my girlfriend. I said, bring me my goddamn truck because I'm still going to Texas.
yeah,
And then this year, there was a few of us that were going, and I was going to get a trailer and take my bike and their bikes. Well, couldn't get the trailer in time, so I said, "No, I'm just going to leave the bike home and drive the truck," because I wound up taking the camper that goes on the bike. I threw that in the back of the truck and just went down there. So the hell with it.
yeah. I've always wanted to take a long trip like that. I mean, I went to St. Louis, and was it 530 miles. I've always wanted just to like pack the bike and just go for like 2 weeks and just.
Yep. Well, I go down there for a homeless veterans benefit that my buddy throws on.
I was watching that video earlier today.
What's that?
So I was watching that video where you were talking about all that earlier today.
Yep. He does it every year. This is, I think it was the third or fourth time they did it this year. And so hopefully next year it'll get bigger. You know, we keep putting the word out. This year was bigger than it was last year. So hopefully next year it'll be even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that, I think we need to start doing more of. I mean,
yeah, there's not enough of it up here in Minnesota.
No.
Nope.
I mean, I go on a few charity rides a year. But it just some of those charity rides you go on, it just seems like all they care about is stopping, just how fast, how quick I can get to the next bar.
Exactly. There's no 200-mile trips planned, and hey, let's just go and we'll stop when we need gas and whatever, you know, stop to stretch the legs out. But no, everybody wants to stop at the freaking bar.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't stand with snowmobiling too. People, the next bar is 3 miles away. Well, fuck, I want to go more than 3 miles.
Yep. Damn thing don't even get warm.
Yes, it ain't even up to temperature by the time you stop at the next fucking bar.
Exactly.
Means we go up to the Hayward Lakes area every year snowmobiling, and a group I ride with usually average 500 to 600 miles in 3 days up there riding.
There you go.
I mean, it's me and two other old guys. You would think they'd want to stop more, but no, they just want to keep going. So we usually average 500-600 miles, and well, actually, it's 2.5 days. We get up there on Thursday and we leave on Sunday.
Right.
So.
Yeah, even like me and a girlfriend talked about going to Sturgis, but we don't want to go when Sturgis is going on. We want to go, you know, before or after, because we just want to more or less go to see the sights. We don't want 500,000 drunk bikers all over the place. You know, we don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody says. You know, it's just one big party. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be around it.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go there one time, but it just too many damn freaking people. And like you said, everybody's all drinking. It's like it's not fun to me.
And this year is their 75th anniversary, so it's going to be real huge. And no,
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
You can't find any place to, camp out because everything's already booked up. And like, no, thank you.
Well, then they soak you on absolutely everything out there too.
Yeah.
Freaking bottle of water, yeah, everything's fucking through the fucking roof.
Yep. Yeah, it's only, I think, 8 hours to get to Sturgis from here, from my place.
It's from Kenyon. I think it's exactly 600 miles.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it'd be a nice ride, but who the hell wants to sit on 90 all the way out there?
Yeah, it's like that's the only really way to get out there is take I-90. Well, how fun is that? You're doing 85 miles an hour, 90 down.
Yep.
Freaking 90. It's like, okay, this is scenic.
Yep. All it is open area. Nothing.
Yeah.
No, there's no trees to pull under or anything.
Yeah, it'd be a bitch to ride back if it fucking started to rain.
Mm-hmm.
The year we come back from St. Louis, we were riding through a hurricane that was coming up through Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't see 10 feet in front of us.
I believe it.
And we were doing 80 miles an hour. It was fucking stupid, but the guy I was with had to get back the next day for work.
Right.
And it's like, we're fucking idiots.
Yeah, we came back and we hit in, where the hell were we? I think Oklahoma. And they had tornado warnings and hail and sleet and everything else. And one of the guys had his bike and we had stopped for gas and found him hiding underneath the carport for a hotel.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he said, somebody stopped me up there when I was putting my jacket on. I said, there's a tornado up ahead. You might want to go turn around. So he came back.
Yeah.
And I kept calling him, giving him reports as I was driving. I said, yeah, you might want to wait a few minutes. There's hail all over the ground up here.
Yeah.
And usually it takes him 8 hours to get from where we are in Texas to his place in Kansas City. And it took him a good 15 hours to get home.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that from here to St. Louis in about 8.5 hours.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, about 8.5. Yeah, 8.5.
Yeah, something I ain't figured out. If I MapQuest from here to Marietta, Texas, it's 16 hours. But if I MapQuest from here to Kansas City, it's 6 hours. And then from Kansas City to Marietta, it's 8 hours. So it's 14 hours. But some reason for me, it's 16 hours and it's the same freaking route. And it's like MapQuest, you got to make up your damn mind here.
Yeah. Oh, unless they're figuring a 2-hour piss break somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I drove down there. I left early in the morning. I was like, I'm going to get there that night. And I had to stop twice and take a freaking nap. I was like, oh, man, I'm pushing myself. I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
So I just reclined the seat back in the truck and passed out for half an hour each time.
Yeah.
I think I left 3 in the morning. I got there about 10 that night.
Yeah. No, when we were going to Missouri, it was stop for fuel and get back on your bike.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, you grab the Slim Jim or something and threw it in your shirt pocket or your windshield bag and just kept going.
I did the same thing in the truck. Stopped, got fuel, went to the bathroom and grabbed something to eat and kept on going.
Well, and then all the way down there, every gas station was prepay at the pump only. Well, and we all were carrying cash.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
So one gas station, I had to leave my wallet.
Oh, boy.
She goes, well, can you give me your gas cap? I said, no, it's attached to my bike.
Right.
Well, how about your wallet? How about I just give you $100?
Yeah.
If I don't come back in to get my change, you guys just made $100.
Exactly.
No, you have to have something so you'll come in. My bike's gonna take $25 in fuel. I'm giving you $100.
That's what I hate about my tank. It's only I think 4 gallons.
Yeah.
So 120 miles. I better find a damn gas station and quick.
Yeah, my fuel light will come on at 160 miles.
Yeah, I haven't had that luxury yet. I know at 110 I want to get fuel. 120 I better get fuel.
I was told when my fuel light comes on, I have exactly 20 miles till I'm pushing. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
one of
I'm
these
like,
days I'm going
okay.
to get out and I'm going to run it until I got to throw it on a reserve and then put the reserve on and run that empty just to see how many miles I actually can go.
Yeah, the first time on my 1100 had that reserve on it. First time I'm riding at about 140 and my bike shuts off and I'm starting to freak out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the hell? Because I just not used to having to flip something on reserve. Usually in a car, okay, fuel light comes on, you gotta go get fuel.
Yep.
But it didn't click for a few seconds, and I'm like, oh, that's right, I gotta flip this thing on the fucking reserve and then start it.
It's the same thing I did when I ran out of gas. I'm like, shit. Sitting on the side of the road waiting for my girlfriend to come because I knew she was probably half an hour behind me. And I realized, wait a minute, you got a reserve tank, dumbass.
Yeah. I actually had a buddy that back then he had a Honda CB360 out of the 70s. Had a little 3-gallon gas tank. We're out riding, and I think I had my 1100 at the time. And all of a sudden, I don't see he's behind me, so I pull back and he goes, "I ran out of gas."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "How come you didn't tell me you needed gas before you left the other town?" "Well, I didn't think I flipped it on reserve yet." Well, he never flipped it off reserve, so he's been pulling off reserve the entire freaking time.
Right. Yeah, I know a
It's
few
like-
guys have done that.
So it's like, okay, well, who do we call? So he called his mom, told him to bring him fuel. Well, she brought him diesel fuel for the tractor.
Oh boy.
So I'm like, okay, well, it's another 45-minute drive for her to come back to get fuel. Well, let me see if I can find anybody that's got gas.
Right.
Well, we ended up walking down to the homeowner's house a mile away to ask if he could get some fuel from the homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave us 2 gallons of gas, and my buddy tried to give him $10, and the guy wouldn't take it.
Oh, that was nice.
It's like, well, whatever. So he went and bought a 2-gallon gas can, put gas in it, and we dropped it back off at the guy's house.
Yeah. There you go.
So
Yeah, it's nice when people do that shit too, you know?
yeah. I told him, I said, shit, I said, now you should just keep a gas can on the back of your bike.
Right.
After that happened.
Yeah, a buddy of mine came from Colorado. They took him and his another girl on their bikes, went up through Alaska or Canada, and then came down into Minnesota up to the cities for a wedding. And he had built a little tray off of his hitch to hold 2 3-gallon tanks, I think it was, of gas.
Yeah, some of those spots in Canada and like out west would kind of scare me to make. I'd want to make sure I had some sort of reserve fuel with me.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, you never know where the hell the gas stations are up there. So that's why he brought an extra 6 gallons with him.
Yeah.
He said, you just don't know.
I've always wanted to go like ride in Canada just to kind of see what it's like, but it seems like the further north you go, the worse it's going to get. So it just stays south.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been up to Duluth. I didn't care for that with the truck. I'd rather run 15 straight up out in the country up there. It's nice up through there.
Yeah.
Once you get past St. Paul, I think it gets nice.
No, I've been to the UP of Michigan snowmobiling and stuff, and yeah, there's not much fuel. There's not much for gas station in between towns up there either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they say that's how it is down south too. Some of the places.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, one of these days, well, probably when I retire, I'm gonna take a bike and just go tour for a year.
Yeah, there you go. Map everything out and then go.
Yeah, but that's still probably 60 years away. I can do that. I'm 30.
Oh, Jesus. I'm 47, so
Still a good years away for me.
yeah.
Oh shit, by the time I'm old enough to retire, there will be no social security or nothing left.
I don't expect anything to be there for me either. It's kind of why I kind of started the YouTube shit, you know, bringing a little extra income somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, but it takes so long to make $1 though. That's the part that sucks about it.
Yeah, you need a lot more viewers and a lot more
Yeah.
subs and everything else. But getting them is, you know, some guys do it no problem, others it takes forever.
Oh, I mean, you could make a decent living off 50,000 subs if all those 50,000 people watched every video you put up.
Right, exactly.
I mean, you could do it with 10,000 too if everybody just watched your shit.
Yep, that's it.
I mean, I've got 41 subs, and I think the average video I get is maybe 10 or 12 views in a week.
Yeah, that's about what I'm running, about 37 subs and probably get about 12 views if I'm lucky, depending on what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got a lot of somewhat good feedback on my why I hate or why I think YouTube should get rid of the dislike button.
I started watching that today and then I had to take off, so I got to go back and watch it. I don't understand it either. I think it's bullshit to put it on there. Just aggravates you.
I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I just think it's kind of funny that they have that. That's the only thing that has a dislike button. But
yep.
Yeah, right now that's got 11 views, which I think it's about. I think it's kind of about the average, about 12 to 20 views.
Right. Yeah, once you get out there at all and you get more subs and stuff, shit'll start growing. It's trying to keep, like they say too, you got to capture your audience and see what they like.
Yeah.
There was a couple of people I had on that did moto vlogs, and it was every word out of their mouth was "fuck this, fuck that," and I'm like, listen, come on. I don't want to listen to that. If I want to listen to that, I'll go put the CB back in my truck.
Yeah, I try not to swear. I mean, think maybe in a few of my videos I've cursed, but I really try not to.
Yeah, I catch myself doing it, and it's like, damn it. It depends on who you're hanging out with. If that's all they do, and then it gets into you, you can't stop it, and then you're trying to pay attention to it, and
yeah,
all those years of construction, I've done it with the guys I worked with, and it's like, now I got to try and stop it. And
yeah,
sometimes it's okay, but not every other word. It's like, come on, people.
Yeah, you get a few guys that's all they are, and then that's all they do is sit there and swear, and then they bitch at traffic. It's just
And these guys that are doing this lane splitting, I watch their videos. These guys are freaking nuts. I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah,
40 miles an hour in between cars? No.
Yeah. I mean, at times I wish we could do it here, just to kind of, if you're sitting at a stoplight and you get some teenage driver behind you texting.
Yep.
And I wish we could move up. I mean, I've actually kind of done that somewhat. I've been sitting in a few towns and there's these kids behind you, and I just kind of creep up in between the two cars that are ahead of me. So at least if they're gonna hit something, they're gonna hit a car and not me. They might bounce into me, but I'm not gonna get fully taken out.
I'd rather blow down that breakdown lane than in between the vehicles. You know.
Yeah.
That one lane that no cars are allowed into. I'd rather be blown down there than in between them. It just scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish lane splitting was legal just so we could get through some of the stoplights and stuff a little quicker, not have to sit in some of these stoplights or in danger in some of these stoplights. I think that's the worst part is when you pull up to a stoplight.
Right, especially up in the cities.
Yeah, I try to avoid riding my motorcycle in the cities unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, I went up there once with it and came down 94, and I was shitting bricks the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I'm not liking this.
Yeah.
I stayed in the first lane and let everybody drive like an idiot. I'm like, no, I'm safe over here.
Yeah. When we were down in St. Louis, it was 5-lane traffic each way at rush hour more in the morning. That was fucking scary as hell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're weaving in and out of traffic just so we can get through it a lot quicker, but it was fucking scary as hell.
Yep. Yeah, I was down there with the pickup truck heading to Texas when it was just beginning to get to the heavier traffic. So I know what you're talking about.
It was not fun, but we made it through. But
Yep.
Like I say, just another notch in my riding belt. I rode through a 5-lane traffic.
There you go. Well, I got a lot of defensive driving under my belt from being a truck driver all these years. So I watch out for everything and always anticipating somebody's going to cut me off. So it kind of brought it into riding the bike.
Yeah.
I'm kind of cautious on a lot of people on how they're driving. I'm always watching everybody.
Yeah. And I just wish they would do more driver's training and stuff.
Yep.
And more awareness when, you have to look your mirrors. I know driving a car, if I'm going to change your length, instead of using my mirrors, I actually just turn my head.
Yeah.
To see if there's anything.
Yeah, I do that. And I even make sure I sit at that damn stop sign an extra 10 seconds, double checking my right and left way, because you just never know where the bike was when you pulled up.
Yeah.
I'm always cautious of that too.
When I was going through driver's training, they said, "Oh yeah, just check your mirrors when you're gonna change lanes. You don't have to turn your head."
Yeah.
The wrong thing to freaking do. Turn your damn head when you're gonna change lanes.
Yeah, because they had too many people turning their heads and their hand was turning the wheel at the same time because they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, but now these kids think they can text and drive at the same time.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that either.
I've got my phone high enough on my windshield where if I'm looking straight ahead, I can see my phone in my line of sight.
Right.
So.
Right.
But usually that's just to make sure my camera is still recording, because I hate to look down off to the side of the mirror to see if my damn camera is still going.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to hook the application up from my phone to the GoPro that I have. I don't know if I can or not with my phone, but I'm still trying to figure it out. But I set my phone and I zip tied a koozie to the bracket on the windshield. So it doesn't matter if I had it anyway, because my phone sits in that koozie with my cigarettes.
Well, I got that RAM mount X mount on my handlebars there.
Yep.
That actually grips my phone really well. I've heard some people say it's fallen out, but mine's never have.
Yeah, I'm going to get a couple of those because I plan on putting the GPS on it too, just for emergencies.
Yeah, I've got a GPS on my bike, but I kind of hardly ever use it because I kind of know where I'm going.
Right.
For the most part. If I get lost, that's just half the fun of riding my motorcycle.
Right. Yeah, I just got to find some people that want to go out riding, at least 5 people, and just go and have a blast and whatever. But riding by myself out here, I do a little of it, but not a lot. The girlfriend, she had her back operated on, so she really can't ride yet. But we gotta go pick up her bike from the mechanic shop because they rechanged the seat on it, and she's got a backrest now. So we'll have to see how she can ride with that now.
Yeah, this is the one thing I didn't know if I was gonna like on my bike. It came with a driver's backrest, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. I drove it home from the dealership, and I'm like, I ain't ever taking this damn thing off.
Right?
It's so nice to have.
I want to get one for mine so it's more comfortable.
Yeah, I took it off once just to see how it was. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. It's too nice.
Right.
I gotta put it right back on. It's gotta go right back on.
Yeah. And I
bought it, and I was like, I told the salesman that's the first thing that's coming off as soon as I get it home is that damn backrest. I talked to him next time I brought it in. He goes, oh, I see you still have your backrest on. Yeah, I rode home with it. It's too damn nice.
Right. Well, that's like my back seat. I keep telling everybody there ain't nobody getting on that back seat until my girlfriend gets on it. So when is she gonna do it? Well, she's got her own bike, so she ain't never gonna get on it. So
Hold on 1 second. I gotta take a phone call.
no doubt. Go ahead.
There, I'm back now.
Alrighty.
That was a buddy of mine. It was his birthday the other day, and a bunch of us are supposed to meet up for drinks later. So
There you go. Go on, enjoy.
I says, well, call me when you get a little closer to Kenyon here, and I'll go out and I'll meet you guys uptown then.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd probably be a good half hour or so before I got to take off. But
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, well, at least somebody came on tonight because it's like I said, I was gonna let this go for probably half an hour if nobody was gonna come in. I was just gonna shut it down again, and I tried it a few times. It didn't go right, so I kept deleting them.
yeah,
And then finally, I got it to where it was working the right way.
yeah. No, it was. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad to meet somebody else from Minnesota that does this. That's close by.
Yeah, maybe I'll do another one next Friday and send out an invite again too. And if you want, you can send invites out to whoever's in your group. Maybe get some more guys on or whatever.
Yeah, I'll send a few out and see who I can get to come in.
Yeah, it's cool to do. At least everybody gets to meet everybody and figure out anybody throw any tips or anything to somebody else. Me being a new rider, I take everybody's tips to heart and listen to them. I'm not like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
The biggest thing I can say is just ride smart. I mean,
that's what I do.
That's the one thing I tell people. I got a few people that say, well, how do you get in the riding? Or what's your number one tip to ride? And I says, well, just ride smart. Don't ride stupid.
Yep. Even though that car's sitting at that stop sign, anticipate that son of a bitch pulling out. Slow down.
Yeah, I said. And then everybody asks, well, what's the best bike to start out on? Oh, that's a personal preference.
Yeah.
Whatever bike you like is what you should start out on.
Yep. Yeah.
I started riding an 81 Honda 500, and then I went to that 06 Yamaha 1100. That was a hell of a jump.
Right. Yeah, I started out on the 1100, and I was a little cautious with that. But I'm 6 foot 260, and sitting on anything smaller than that kind of looks stupid. So everybody's like, "Nah, you'll be able to handle 1100, no problem." It's not even 600-pound bike.
No, I can't even remember mine is, but actually my bike feels heavier than my dad's big cruiser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just sitting there in the driveway. Pounds. Yeah, and it's probably 700-800 pounds, I think.
Yep.
His bike, and it's just my bike feels heavier than his big cruiser does.
Really? Yeah, I think my girlfriend's bike is over 600 pounds. Mine's not even quite 600. And she's had hers lowered for her because she's short. Yeah. So, her seat's too small for my ass. I don't really like it.
That's the nice thing about my bike. It comes with a really wide factory seat.
That's what mine has too.
That 1100 kind of had a shorter seat, and a little wider, or a little narrower seat, and I'm like, this isn't comfortable after 500 miles.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's why I was looking at the V Stars when I first started going around looking, and I really liked how they felt and everything. Like I said, when I came across this, I couldn't pass this one up. I'm like, nah, I'll grab it now.
Yeah, that was too good of a deal on that
Yeah.
bike.
The only thing I didn't like about it, I bought it and just before Christmas, so I didn't get to ride it and check it out. But once I
Yeah,
got
that's
out on the road, I wasn't pissed off. I was pleased with what I got.
yeah. I know. I mean, before my dad had his Victory, he had a Honda VTX 1300, and
Hmm.
that was a nice bike. It was just carbureted, so I
Yeah.
mean, it always was such a cold-blooded son of a bitch to take off with in the
Hmm.
mornings.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's carbureted too. I think
Yeah,
she's got fuel injection on hers.
yeah. It's when my 1100 has, and that well, the '07 is the first year of Yamaha actually running the 1300.
Hmm.
So, but that bike's been fuel injected from since '07. So,
Right. Yeah, she's
which
got the last year of the Evo motors on hers, whatever the hell that. I don't understand motorcycles all them. That's whatever the
yeah,
Evo motor was. She's got the last year of that being on there.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that motorcycles have stayed carbureted as long as they did, as long as they have, though.
Right. Well,
And I
mine's
kind
a
of,
97, so
yeah,
I don't know
it
when
was an
how they started it.
early '90s or so where they switched on cars to everything, or is it '80s or whatever? They switched everything in cars to fuel injected.
Yeah, I think yeah, in the 80s, and most of them, I think in the 70s, went to electronic ignition.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising me that it's taken really till early 2000s for anyone to come out with a fuel injected motorcycle.
Hmm.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think I haven't seen one since like the early 2000s, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you because like I said, I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
Now, do you got the chain drive or is it drive shaft?
That one's belt drive.
Okay. Oh, belt. How do you like that?
I really like it. I mean, my 1100 was shaft drive, and
Hmm.
you could kind of tell it was a little laggy in the lower gears if you'd slow down too much and you're still in a high of a gear.
Yeah.
You could kind of feel it, but this doesn't. I mean, you can it still lags, but it does not that noticeable.
Right. Yeah, I got the drive shaft drive on mine. It bogs down when you get 5 miles below the miles an hour. They say that you should be in that gear.
But it also kind of scares me too. That belt's almost got 40,000 miles on it, and it's the original belt. So
Oof. Might be something looking to get rid of.
I know it's like, and my buddy goes, "Oh, I've seen him. Who's a Yamaha mechanic? Oh, I've seen him with 80, 90,000 on the original belts." And I'm like, I'm thinking at 50,000, we're getting a new freaking belt.
Right. Right. Yeah, because you never know. Dry rot. Those things heat up, cool down, heat up.
Man, it just scares the shit out of me going down the road, and all of a sudden, oh, there goes my belt.
Yeah. I don't know whose video I was watching yesterday. Their chain bent on their bike, and he was doing 80 on the highway, and it started clicking like crazy, and he pulled over and stopped. I'm like, man, can you imagine if that thing jammed up? Holy shit.
Yeah, it would scare the crap out of me.
I can't remember whose video I was watching. I'm not sure if it was that Bash guy.
I try to stay up as much as I can with all the moto vloggers and stuff, but there's just too damn many of them to try to keep up with.
Right, right. That's
You know,
why I
every
usually
time,
pick one and I'll watch all their videos real quick, and then I can watch when they get new ones later and try and watch the other ones.
you know, as soon as somebody comes out with, or as soon as I see somebody I don't know in a hangout, I
Yep.
usually scroll through the side chat and make sure I'm subscribed to everybody. And if I'm not, I subscribe quick, go watch the video the next day. And if it's something I don't really care for or videos I don't like, I just unsubscribe again. But
Yeah, I've done that too. Yep.
it's kind of a dick thing to move. Oh, I'll subscribe to you for a day or two, but I don't like your shit, so I unsubscribe. But
Yeah.
There just gets to be too many of them.
I have noticed some of them, if you subscribe to them and you start leaving comments and stuff, they'll, check you out and subscribe to you. Not very many of them until you get bigger.
Yeah. Well, see, and the thing is, I'm not much of a commenter. I mean, it takes me so long to sit there and freaking type. It's like, I'd rather just watch the video, and if there's something I really want to comment, then I will. But
yeah, exactly. Usually I click the like buttons.
Yeah, I mean, every video I watch, I always hit the like button. But to me, it's just so hard to sit there and comment. It's like, okay, well, what do you like about this part? Okay, and then you try to put it in the words, and it's just like, screw it. Hit the like button. That's easier.
Yep. Yeah, there's a couple of them. I think they're a little nuts on what they're doing. I'm not into that whole doing wheelies down the middle of a highway either. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I rode a buddy's Ninja 650 last summer, and he goes, "Here, do a wheelie." And so he showed me how to do it, and I'm like, I did it just a little 1/6 inches off the road, and I'm like, okay, that's good enough.
Yep.
Both wheels are supposed to be on the ground. That's good enough for me.
Yeah. Why push your luck?
Yeah.
And there was, I think it was Cycle Cruiser. His brother passed away from a brain aneurysm, and his brother was the one. They have videos out of him. He was going to court, beating a ticket, and he come out of the parking lot and took off and dumped his bike in the parking lot. It was, I can't remember what it was, but one of his videos. I was like, no shit, that was your brother? And but he didn't die from a bike. He died from a brain aneurysm when he laid down. It's like,
it just shows anything can get you.
Yeah. And he didn't wear gear or helmets or anything, and he's wiped out a few times and never got hurt. And come to find out, all it was a brain aneurysm that took him out. It's yeah.
Yeah, some people just get lucky. I mean, I know a guy that was in a wreck, broke both his legs, broke both of his arms, but never touched his head, and he wasn't wearing a helmet.
Yeah, I've been watching a few of the videos, and you see their chin smack off the ground, and it's like, oh, good thing you guys had the helmet full face on.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, maybe you oughta.
Yeah, it's all that, and I mean, it's Minnesota. It's especially this summer. It seems like it's got more cold days than warm days. So those cold days sure keeps your face warm.
Yeah. I rode my bike to work one time. It was about 41 degrees out, and I only go 25 miles. It was a cold ass 25 miles.
Yeah. I had a same buddy that had the 1100 back when we were in high school. Would drive his motorcycle every day to school, even if it was 36 degrees in the spring and fall.
Yep. Yeah, I told everybody, I was like, man, if that's what it means to be a real biker, you guys can stick that shit up your ass. That's too cold.
Yeah.
I had my gloves on and shit, my hands were still freaking freezing.
Yeah.
I put my helmet on because I knew the side had the earmuff things on the strap, so at least my head and my ears were going to be warm.
Yeah. I mean, this kid had vehicles he could drive. He just said he'd rather take his bike, and I'm like, geez, it's freaking 36 degrees out. Oh, it's not that bad. You have no windshield. You wear a 3/4 helmet, and you're just wearing pants and a jacket.
Yep. Yeah, there's a biker site I go on to, has a chat room. There's a guy up in Vermont, rides it all year long. He puts a car tire on the back of his bike, and snow or not, he's out riding. It's like, dude, what are you, nuts, man?
There's a few motovloggers out on the East Coast that try to ride all winter long out there.
Yep.
I think one was ZJ Motovlogs, rode most of this winter, he said, or as much days as he can. I'm like, fuck, he was out in Boston.
Yeah.
Snow blade on the front of that damn thing.
Yep. Well, it's like Crazy Cat, man. He rode January 23rd, I think it was. I said, yeah, what was that? The one day that was above 40 below?
Yeah. Yeah, I won't even go start my bike unless it's at least 40 degrees or warmer.
Yeah. I'm not even going out into the garage to look at it.
Yeah.
It's safe.
I mean, this winter I had a jug of oil for my motorcycle in my garage, and I just opened it and poured it out a little bit into a cup that was in there, and it was like freaking molasses.
Yeah.
It's 2050 oil, and it was barely flowing out of the fucking jug. I was like, Jesus
Yeah, because
Christ.
we had how many days where it was 40 below zero? I mean, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I never remember being at this cold ever.
Right.
Last 2 fucking years, it's been expensive to heat my fucking house.
Yeah. Yeah. We went through 1 extra tank this year of propane here.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend says, "Lady, listen, I'm paying for it. I'm going to have it warm in here." So she had it about 70, 72.
Jeez, my house was set at 62 degrees all winter long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got our back of our house where all the wind comes from. It's wide open, so that wind hits the back of the house, and it gets cold in there when it's below 70.
Yeah,
but she has those metal plates in her back now, so she's always cold.
It's gotta be. Yeah, having metal in you and being outside Minnesota, that's probably not a good thing. You get cold from the inside.
Why don't you throw that heat pad on your back and get that freaking metal to warm up, you know?
Yeah.
That'll help you. And she ain't listened yet. No, hopefully. I just want to get her out there riding and see if she can handle it.
Yeah.
Hopefully with the backrest, it'll help her.
Yeah, I know a few times my back's been hurting. It's like, thank God I got that thing. Because sometimes I kind of like lean up against it, kind of press myself up off the seat a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta get the blood flowing through your ass cheeks every once in a while.
Yeah. That's why every time I need fuel, I usually just try to walk around a little bit, even if it's just around the gas pump a few times. And
yeah. I hear it. That helps.
I've got a buddy that wants to try to do that Iron Butt Challenge, 1,000 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah. Man, you could do it in 16, 900 or something.
Oh, and he's got a crotch rack and he wants to try to do it.
Oh, jeez. There ain't no
cooking
on those seats.
I'm like, buy a cruiser and then maybe I might think about it.
Right. I know a few guys have had their backs hurt, and they say riding those crotch rockets bent over has helped them a lot. And I'm thinking, yeah, but you're bent over all the time. Doesn't your back stiffen up from riding like that too? They said no, it helped them out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't be opposed to ever owning a crotch rocket. It's just it would never be my first choice. I always would have to have a cruiser around.
Yep. Yeah, I've never ridden one, so I won't knock them. If those guys want to ride, I mean, like you say, it's personal choice on what you want to ride.
Yeah. I mean, my buddy's Ninja 650 wasn't bad, but that's not really considered a sport bike. It's kind of more of a sport touring, but.
Yep. Yeah, to each their own. I don't knock anybody for riding. I get a little pissy with some of these guys on their Harley, so where they won't throw out their hand for the as you're passing them. It's like, stuck up, Jesus Christ, because I ain't got a Harley. So I'm thinking,
I've got a number of that on video. I always make a comment. Oh, is this a Harley rider? Well, we'll wave and see if he waves.
Yeah, there's a few of them that go up and down my road that I've done that to a few times. I'm thinking next time they go by, I'm just going to give them the finger and see if they react to that. It's like, geez, dude.
Yeah, well, and it seems like if you own a Harley, that's only the clothes you can wear. Anything that says Harley Davidson on them.
Yeah, I don't wear any advertisements.
I mean, I've got a bright orange yellow shirt that says Sturgis 2014, and that's what I wear riding.
Yeah.
Just because it's bright colored, and I figured people can see me.
Yeah, my girlfriend, I always pick on her about Harleys and stuff. And she went to Australia, and she's like, "Do you want one of the Harley shirts from out there?" I said, "Why the hell I want to wear a Harley shirt so I can break down?" I'm always busting those guys. Some of them in the chat room that I go to, they know I'm joking, so they start giving it back. But you get a couple of them that are new in the room,
Yeah.
Oh, and they get pissed off, and it's like, dude, it's only a joke, man. Relax.
Yeah.
And I tell a lot of them, I said, well, that's why I keep the trailer hitch on the back of my bike. So when you guys break down, I could tell you to where the hell you're going.
Yeah. I told one guy that's got all the Harley shit. I'm like, I said, you know why Harley dealerships always have to have the name on the back of their T-shirts? They go, why? I'm like, so that way you can remember where you had to buy parts from.
Exactly. And half of them don't even realize 80% of the shit you're buying for a Harley's made in the same factory Hondas are.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I don't really see the whole debate about, oh, you got to have a Harley if you're going to ride a cruiser.
Yeah, I don't either.
I had more people asking me what year Harley was my 1100 Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a Yamaha. And it's like,
Right.
it's a Yamaha. Oh, it is? I thought it was a Harley because it's all black.
My brother-in-law has a Yamaha, and everybody mistakes that for a Harley Cruiser too. He's like,
I mean, this was all black, and I'm like, just because it's a black bike, well, it just looks like a Harley. It says Yamaha. It says V-Star Red on both sides of the freaking front fender.
I like when everybody you see, they see on a bike. Hey, you been to Sturgis? No.
Don't want to go.
Because I got a bike don't mean I've been to Sturgis.
Yeah. I was at a buddy's apartment complex the other day, and it's a bunch of elderly people that live around there.
Yep.
And they said they didn't feel safe with me pulling up on my motorcycle.
Really?
And I'm like, why? What do you mean? Well, only outlaws ride motorcycles. And I'm like,
God.
yeah, well, it was right after that big Texas shooting. So everybody's like, that's all over the news. And I'm like, I'm a freaking 30-year-old white guy from Minnesota. I'm not an outlaw biker.
Exactly.
I almost felt like telling her, well, guess what? I'm a reverend. My father's a minister, so.
Yep. Well, it's like I wear my vest, and I got patches on the back, but my patches are all, shit, how the hell do you say it? It's all about veterans and the MIA POWs. It's kind of my tribute to them.
Yeah.
So some people think it's I don't know, a patch for a club and stuff, and I'm like, no. Why don't you look at the back of it before you judge? Because they on there got to be club related.
Yeah, I've got one. I think it's kind of probably. It sounds like it's maybe the same as yours. It's got a big bald eagle on the back, and it says there's a POWMIA patch, and with one that says these colors. Yeah, and then one says these colors don't run, and.
I'm trying to think. Let me grab my vest and so I can. Yeah, mine says "Never Forget" on the back of the patch.
Okay. Yeah. Mine sits in my motorcycle. I take it out and wear it occasionally, but it's just kind of a pain in the ass because the buttons don't really stay tight. They button all the time, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought mine. It's a bunch of patches pre-sewn onto it and stuff, and.
Yep.
Everybody thinks it's a big outlaw biker pad or big outlaw biker vest.
Because that's what they associate it with, and they don't realize what it is. Yeah. So I tell them, no, actually take a look at it in the back, and you'll see what it is.
Yeah.
I got small round patches of every branch of the military sewn on it. Put a patch underneath in the middle that says, "Enjoy your freedom, thank a veteran."
Yeah.
And that's just my tribute to them. It's, keep them.
I was watching your one video you did about people stepping on the flag and stuff.
Irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube that somebody was talking about that guy or whatever, the college student that brought that gun on campus or whatever. And
yep, he's the one that started that movement.
Yeah, and I'm like, really? You knew or you weren't supposed to bring your handgun to campus?
He's the one that started the movement for stepping on the flag, and they just arrested him for bringing that gun on there.
Yeah, it's like, you're a fucking dumbass.
Yep.
Somebody posted a picture on that on Facebook, and instead of saying what I want to do, I just shut my computer and walked away.
Yep.
because I would have started a whole firestorm with the shit I wanted to say. But
Yeah, well, that's why I put it out on video. I'm not even going to say a word if I see it happening. I'm just coming out of the crowd and I'm going to drive my elbow right into him.
Yeah, it's just
take me to jail. That's fine.
Stuff like that just pisses me off. It's like, then move out of America.
Yeah.
If it's so horrible here, move out.
Yep. And I'm going to make sure when I do it, there's somebody I know that's video recording it so I can put that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I ain't lying.
If it happens in life, it goes on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, that, it's respect it. If not, then leave it alone.
Yeah, then get the hell out of here if America's so bad.
Exactly. And half of these damn people that are doing it are all these freaking people that feel that they're entitled to everything. You ain't entitled to shit. Work for it.
Yeah. Yeah, just.
Yeah, there's a lack of respect going on around in this country too. And everybody's afraid to do anything because the government's, siding with the one person that bitches about it.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist and I'm getting sick and tired of the freaking atheists bitching about this and that and that and this. Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like the word God in this. You don't want it in this. Shut up and leave people alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I could go on for hours with viewpoints, but I just figured, what? I just keep them to myself and everything goes good from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I bite my tongue on a lot of things. I've noticed. Well, back when I lived in Connecticut and New York, my stress level was real high. And that's, but that's how everybody else is out there. And it's fast paced. Then I moved out here when I met my girlfriend and everybody's laid back and stuff. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So much different. My stress level dropped.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could deal with this.
Yeah.
Let me grab another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And that's even like, when I'm at work, some of the guys will say the owner comes out and he'll scream and holler at you. And I'm like, well, why do you guys take it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're 40 years old and you got this guy screaming at you. Sorry, you might work for him, but he don't own you. Stick up for yourself. And they back down. It's like bullshit.
Yeah.
Only one grown man that could yell at me, and that's my father, and he passed away. So,
yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah.
I think just people are afraid to stand up for themselves now. It's like, no.
Yeah. Well, it's been nice talking to you, but I've got my friends are on their way here, so I got to get my shoes on. And
hey, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you. You should
look on your messages sometime and see what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. And try to schedule something to go ride sometime.
Yeah, some weekend, set it up and meet and greet, and everybody can go ride.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
All right, man. Nice talking to you.
Just shoot me a message when you do this again, and if I'm around, I'll come back on and chat with you again.
Certainly will do. By the way, my name's Rich.
My name's Justin.
Justin, nice to meet you, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Take care.